Hello, beginning orb and or lens flare experiment number 1. It is a nice snowy April day in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm using a 1980s Coleman flashlight, I believe. And I can already see on the little screen that we're getting some kind of reaction. Now I'm going to intentionally move the flashlight directly below the lens. You see the orbs? I'm pretty sure that's snow on the camera. Oh, I think I can see. Yep, that blue light, that's a lens artifact. Okay, now I'm going to move this. It's about 2 in the morning, so it's pretty dark out here. Alright, now I've just lost my little screen. I'm moving the light directly above the camera lens. It's been my experience that that produces some pretty interesting effects. Now you see how it follows a curve. The camera lens is usually curved, and you can see the flashlight just there. Now I'm going to go this way, shine it directly at the camera. Now sometimes these things will hit a mirror or something that you don't see, and it'll be at an angle. Let's try with the window here. Hope no one calls the cops on me. See, there's a little purple light the top of the camera, and that's clearly coming from a reflection in this window. And there's a little something in the garage that I'm clearly reflecting off of. Let's see if we can see what it is. Nothing obvious that I can see from the screen. Let's try it with the curtained window. I'm actually going to stand at a slight angle and see if we can get a lens artifact directly into the camera. I see what looked like might have been a glimpse of an orb, and it is just the reflection of the Coleman in this window, but it's at a weird angle. Now I'm using the doorknob. The doorknob might be one of those things. You catch it right in the dark. Well, that actually did a lot better than I thought it would. Now I'm going to hold the light directly above the lens. And we're going to see if any snowdrops. I'm going to move it very slightly back and forth. Okay. Now let's take a little walk to the street light and see if we can get a non-flashlight related lens flare orb artifact. It's very humid out. Snow is very much melting. We're going to take us a little walk. Whew. Slippery. Now, with the naked eye, I can actually see there's a white light in the neighborhood across the street. On the screen, it looks like a little weird dot floating in space. I'm standing directly below. Now I want to make sure it's directly over my head. And we're just going to see if different angles will produce any. I see what looks like a solar light in that guy's yard. And we're just trying different angles. Without a flashlight, I don't, on the little screen, see, oh, I think I just saw one, the snow coming across as weird illuminated objects. Dust can do this, humidity can do this, really, really high humidity. If anything near a dirt road, like an old cemetery, we're going to walk back now with the light behind us. An old cemetery that's on a dirt road. I see another solar light. All of these things can create very strange reflections, refractions. Digital cameras are, I think, a bit more sensitive to it than film cameras used to be. I used to take a lot of film back in the day, early 90s, late 90s. I had a pretty good camera. And I would get some, oh, street light went out. I would get some pretty weird looking stuff, and sometimes it was just a result of the development process. But digital cameras don't seem to have this problem. We're just going to do a little soiree under this tree. Digital cameras seem to be much more clear, much more accurate. I cannot personally attest to the quality of the camera we own, but I can say, from my experience with still digital cameras, I had a really nice Samsung and a Nikon. It's impressive. I've caught misty sea spray on some of these digital cameras that the film camera just was too slow. The film wasn't fast enough. Even really high-speed film was, at best... Did you see that flash? Even really high-speed film, at best, was, you know, you had to hold your camera super still. I don't know about digital cameras now and the movement. I know it's real easy to get motion blur with a still camera, even a digital one. Okay, we're going back to the flashlight, and we're coming around to this tree. I think I saw something interesting happening with this tree. We have bigger snow. Let me turn the camera back on. We have bigger snow up here. So I think that was an air conditioner. I am shining this 1980s Coleman on top of this big old snow-covered tree. I remember as a kid, I got a photo of a squirrel once in a tree, and the camera caught it just right. I swear to God, I thought there was a demon up there for like 3 years. Animals can do interesting things in the background, especially if you're not aware of them. Possums, foxes and cats seem to be the ones that reflect the most, specifically their eyes. That orange glow is a street light just down from me. And now I'm moving our camera, pardon me, the flashlight, just to see if we can get anything interesting to happen. And again, oh, turn the screen back on. And again, the lens, flashlight coming right across the lens. Got some snow at a really cool angle here. See if I can illuminate that. I think I just saw one. It's hard to tell if the camera's going to pick up what I see or not. I don't have a lot of experience with this one. Again, moving the camera, you can see the artifact moving in a circular pattern. Now I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to talk and see if my breath has any interaction, because it's nice and cold out. So if you get any of that famous ectoplasm, you might see it. Okay, and this concludes my personal experiment with orbs and lens artifacts at night in the snow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a nice day.